Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap. Trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Ready, break! Check Mike 54. Mike 54. They can't hang with us. Hot, hot.
They'll run with Sanders. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Check, ready.
Now a carry for Sanders. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front?
Let's go now.
Leverage, athleticism. They created some nice space for him.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
26.
And he'll be out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Right there. It's a party now.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dalton Schultz, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
He was tackled at
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Switch up. Check. Lucky. Go.
Now Sanders. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Coming for you, son. I'm ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Rip right. Mike, 55.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Flush to his right. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Pascal, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then turn it into bigger plays, that's a lot of fun to watch as well.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, and you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 16 yards, a first down.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one. Able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
A first down carry by Allen. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as good running gets him to about the 44. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go, 47.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hey, here we go. Wide eight. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Dude. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. 26.
They keep on the ground with Allen. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. So we got man. 26.
From the 40 now on second down. Prescott, throw left side complete. That's Schultz. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Here we go. Wide eight. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go. Slam. Slam. 26.
Prescott to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
Here we go.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13.
Here we go. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Wide eight. 26.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox, and he is all the way up past the 25. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Ready.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it into game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
It's a second down run with Sanders, and he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
There we go.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They just get the play off. Now Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Wide in. Mike 58 right there. Let's go one more. Hey, 58 is a Mike. Go 58.
On the counter, Elliott. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And down to the 11. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you can tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott, that's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22.
John Hightower on the return. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
They've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He'll buy some time right. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield and fell incomplete.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And it's 3rd down.
Got it. Ready?
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
Come on, now, come on. Ready?
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Dallas Goedert, of course, he'll do well in this stadium. He's got a 1st down.
Eagles.
Okay, ready? Right there. 54 Mike. Check, Bobcat, 60 Bison, 60 Hut.
That's out to the left, flat and complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Made the quick throw there outside the numbers, and you can feel the thought process. They just wanted to get in his hands and let him make a play. But how about the job they did defensively to keep him bottled up? Instead, they tackled him for a loss.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Hurts. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a 1st.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
On 1st down, Sanders. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding.
Let's go now. Bronco 80. Watch the run. Hut, go. Ready, go.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Tackled at the 25.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Ready.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch. Mike's 54. Go.
Hurts sets up to throw it. This ball complete to Reagor. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Here's Hurts to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Here we go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here we go. Wide. Let's go, D. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. Hey, what's the... Here we go, 47. 49. Check 49. Check 49. 26.
To throw Prescott. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken about 7 yards deep, and Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Hey, here we go.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Here we go. Double tight, double tight. 4 down, 4 down. Here we go, 46. Key in, 21. 26.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watched tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Let's go, baby. Return over. Let's get that ball. 26.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Prescott over the middle. Amari Cooper, it's complete. Give him 8 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Kill. 26.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
That's good.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
There we go. Wide 80. 58 to Mike. Let's go, let's go. Wait.
Here's Prescott.
Set the tone, defense.
Sideline throw, that's caught. Amari Cooper. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
10 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, here we go. Wide 80. Mike. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. 58.
Prescott down.
Right there. Let's go.
And nearly picked off.
Prescott's
Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
on the coverage.
This is miserable. Oh my God, I can't believe what I'm watching.
Here we go. Wide 80. Here we go. Here I come. Here we go. Going to 54. Wide 80. 50 to Mike. 50 to 26.
Draw play, Elliott. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
That's it, baby. That's it, baby. We go to work. We go to work. Here we go.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
It's our time. Mike 55. Mike 55. Here we go. D. All day. Defense. All day. All day.
From the shotgun again to Elliott. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball. But surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Ready.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Right, check go.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Get there.
And this one's incomplete. Zach Pascal, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Ready, go!
Throwing is Hurts. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Taking it about the 16. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all time. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out.
Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle. Touchdown. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. A lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
Here we go.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
You're not ready. Under 10.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
1-yard line.
Hey, here we go. 180.
All day, all day. Single, single. Kid 21, kid 21. I hope you brought your
180.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Cooper's got him. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That's a third down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
50's the mic. You.
180.
On play action, Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller
Here we go.
should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
180.
Now Prescott. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Off the play fake. Prescott. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, Hurts. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Go! Cowboy 80!
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved.
Baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go.
The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. From the gun, it's Hurts. That's into the hands of Pascal. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Not much there, only a yard.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Let's go now. Bronco 80. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Cougar 19. Ready.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Oh, man, it's Rager. He's got it. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Don't say nothing. Kill.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
He's coming. Double up. Ready, go.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that third down pass. Brings up fourth. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The score, Eagles.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point's not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head into the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Prescott from the road. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to...
Oh, Prescott stripped. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
On first down, Sanders down to the 25. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Down inside the 15 he goes. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll throw on first down to Hurts. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. And what are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
And 12 at the 47-yard line.
Hey, here we go. Wide 80.
Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Wait, take.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now back to the ground with Elliott. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. And Charles, the second time today that he has hit pay dirt.
And once you score the first one, there is that natural tendency, and there's also that eagerness to get back there again. Oh, he smells it. This guy smelled the end zone, and twice he's gotten there.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score. But bottom line, they are still on top with the football. And a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal? It'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
Ready up! Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Hey, smash Bronco!
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end over the middle. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Ready, go!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Go!
Hurts. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On the set.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 70 Lions. Get up.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Third down.
Here we go.
The
Here we
Eagles
go.
on third down.
18 Cardinal.
Not quite
18 Cardinal.
50%. 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Let's go, let's bring it.
And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Jake Elliott on for the field goal. A 57-yard attempt.
Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end.
Cowboys 23.
So points so crucial in a tight game like this, but this kick off the goalpost, and that'll keep the score right where it is.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made this a 2-score game, but any cushion this late definitely would have helped. Now they need to ask their defense for another stop, and that's going to require some work.
58, boys. 58. 58's Mike.
On 1st and 10, Prescott looking left side, he's got a man. That's Elliott. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Here we go.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Let him know.
26.
Prescott to throw it. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made.
There we go.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Go to 54. Wide 80.
Check 9. Check 9. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
26.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead.
There it is, partner. You see it. 4 fingers. What does that mean?
Fingers. That signifies the 4th quarter's here.
That's right. Who's going to dominate? Usually both teams are holding them up. We own the 4th quarter, what we found out so far. 2 touchdowns here, and now they've taken the lead.
Yeah, second one putting them in front. You know what I see on the other sideline, though? It seems like they've tensed up, had that lead. They were playing not to lose it, and they've lost it.
That's a great observation. When you play not to lose, you usually don't win.
Now, though, they'll have the opportunity to respond.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty? When you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
Ready.
2nd down. Here's Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Ready.
An incomplete Incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Let's go.
Here's Hurts to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Got it. Ready?
54, right there. 54, Mike.
Go, Rig. Go. Hut.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Second down and 7.
Ready, go.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
I know you felt that one.
One score down, here we go.
19, Tiger.
They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
They'll try and run for it. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
It's caught at the 10. Give him 30 yards there. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal.
Viking 18.
Check. Crunch.
Ready.
They'll look to throw. At the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
Ready. 60 Bison. 18 Cardinal.
Check 43.
Hot go. Check go.
They'll try to run this one in. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. 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 I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get over
Here we
eager,
go.
get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
They'll turn to Sanders. They're going to try and run. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a one-point game. Taken in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Hey, here we go.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
50's the mark.
Here's Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Prescott. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go.
Now Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep down. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
At this stage, you've got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Here we go.
And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to win. What pressure as this thing all rests on the foot of Daniel Carlson. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. What pressure as this thing all rests on the foot of Daniel Carlson. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And he missed it. He missed it right. It's no good. And that's going to cost him the football game. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Eagles, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Dallas, It's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.